Hi there, hi Leslie Ann, hi everyone. This is one of the free birth chart readings that I had as a giveaway around Christmas, and this one is the one for Leslie Ann. And let's just have a look again if she had any special requests from the reading. She gave me her date of birth. Yeah, of course. So so I'm just gonna go for Superpower reading, like the one I did for Rihanna. If you guys haven't seen the one that I did for Rihanna, have a look at it. I'll follow the same pattern. We're gonna look at 5 most important placements in a birth chart, and these are where the sun is placed, when your moon is placed, then the overall aspect of the chart, so where most of the planets are placed, if they are placed in specific houses. We're gonna look at the South Node and the North Node, and as well we're gonna look at Venus and Mars. So okay, now that we all saw the chart, let's go a bit into what it actually signifies based on where most of the planets are placed. As I was saying in Rihanna's videos, the chart, so the wheel that you guys see, is kind of divided into 4, and there are 4 segments of development in life, in one's personal nature, that are influenced by this quadrant. So the first quadrant is the one of the self-development, and it's the one down here where it starts, first house to the 3rd house, where you develop the self, you develop who you are, what you stand for, and all of this. Then you get a bit of awareness of your environment in the second quadrant, so you dig this out and you dig around your neighborhood, your home, your sister, brothers, everything that surrounds you, and you kind of build a relationship to that. Then there's the awareness of society, partnerships, intimacy, that's this quadrant here. And then there's the quadrant, the 4th one, starting with Capricorn, then the 10th house, the 11th and the 12th house, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. And this quadrant is about discovering your humanity purpose, your purpose in the larger world. What's your purpose in this universe? You know, like what do you stand for? And if we look at Leslie Ann's chart, we can see that I have it here as well, that she has most of her planets in this last quadrant. I have a similar thing. I also have some in my first quadrant, but most of her concentration of planets, and you guys can have a look again, is in that segment of the sky. So a person that has so many planets in that area is usually a person that's concerned with a higher contribution in the world, a deeper purpose in what you have to achieve in the world, in what you have to offer the world, an impact on society, an impact on in your zeitgeist, in the times that we are living. What could be the impact if you have that quadrant really filled with planets? And what happens, and I've seen other astrologers doing birth charts of celebrities and people that really have an impact in the world. You would think like, okay, success and all of this, these are probably people that are very much into the first quadrant of self-development, but usually most of them are actually have a lot of planets in this fourth quadrant that has to do with the impact on the world, because that's why they became famous in the first place. They have a role to play in the environment, and this doesn't need to mean that you're a celebrity. It can be that you're a very good manager, that you're a very good leader, that you're a very good teacher, that you have an impact on a group of people. And this is what this plentitude of planets there can tell us about the chart. Good. So point number 2. Then we're gonna look at where the sun sign is placed, what house, and what sign it is in. And as I said before, with the multitude of planets, your sun is placed in the 10th house, but it's placed in the sign of Virgo. And what we need to consider as well is what other planets are really close to it, and if they are making any aspects, because anything that's close to it, I will just talk about the conjunctions. You can go into planets that are making other aspects as well, and these are very important as well. But the strongest thing that you will feel if it's a planet is conjunct, and you have Sun conjunct Mercury, which is a very good placement. Then you have aspects also with Saturn and with Venus, so pretty influential as well, a bit wider than Mercury, but definitely I would say that your Sun takes on aspects of Saturn as well, of Mercury, and of Venus. And we know that it is in the sign of Capricorn, and we know that in the house of Capricorn, and we know that it is in the sign of Virgo. So as I say in every chart, a thing repeats itself multiple times. So if you pay attention to a chart, it's like the stars don't tell you the story once, they kind of repeat it so you get it. So I'm telling you, the sun is in the 10th house, the house of Capricorn, the house of achievements, the house of working hard to achieve something in the world, to kind of have a leadership position. The 10th house is the position of leadership, the position of mentoring others, it's the position of the father also, but it's not what I'm striving for here, but it's definitely that cardinal Capricorn that climbed the mountain and got to the top. And then the 10th house is like where it all flourishes. It's like where hard work paid off, where you're allowed to lead a company because you were ruling it so well, and where you get the credit for what you put in. And as I said, you have Sun conjunct Saturn as well. So again, a bit Capricorn vibes here. So it's not only that it's in the house of Capricorn, it has Saturn also. So you have that go-getter mentality of Capricorn. You have the Virgo nature, which is again represented by the conjunction with Mercury. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So you have the double thing, like Capricorn, Virgo energies impacting your sun. And also you have that Venusian energy as well impacting your sun here. So I would say that with a sun in the 10th house, you are a natural born leader, and both signs have, both Virgo and Capricorns are signs of hard work, are signs of practicality, are signs of getting down to business, are signs of getting credit for your work. Especially Capricornians. Virgo sometimes can get unnoticed, or like the hard work that Virgo puts in every day. Sometimes not always, maybe seems like small achievements, but with a 10th house sun, your achievements don't seem small, they are big. Everyone can see them. if you achieve something, and you probably know your career path, you probably know your path in life, or so, it's noticeable. You can gain respect, you can gain acknowledgement, you're seen as someone that's very dependable, hardworking, strong leader. That's the placement that you have here with so many planets in the 10th house. You're seen like you deserve whatever credit you're getting because you have put the work in for it. And with Mercury and Venus conjuncting your Sun, besides the fact that you come across as serious, hardworking 10th house Capricorn vibes as well, or even Virgo vibes, you're also very pleasant, because Mercury makes you talk easier, Mercury conjunct Sun makes you be pleasant when you talk, and Venus makes you also beautifully present, like a beautiful presence that you enjoy to be around. So you're very diplomatic as well. I would say that this is a very, very good mix. You don't come across too strong, you come across just the right of pragmatic work efficiently, but also being pleasant and presenting the things in a nice, beautiful manner. I have to say, I'm seeing this. So I'm seeing an aspect also from Neptune there to the Sun. So I would see, I don't know, a very, you know who comes to mind? I'm gonna give you a Virgo example so you understand who I'm thinking of. Let me look up her name. So the CFO from Facebook, Sheryl, Sheryl Sandberg. That's who I had in mind. You know, like someone that seems really competent, really on it, but still seems feminine and pleasant. And she's a Virgo as well, and still seems on top of it, but not too aggressive or not too, just the right amount of on top of it. The third aspect is, in this case, the moon. And in your case, the moon is almost conjunct the midheaven, so almost conjunct the 10th house in Leo. Beautiful. Another leader placement, but I would call it more towards the 10th house because it's really almost conjuncting it. So I would put it in your 10th house as well, which only makes it more dignified and more adds to the story that I was telling. And it's conjunct Jupiter. Jupiter expands, so anything that's has Jupiter in it gets more expansive and positive, but it's just magnifying everything. So a Leo moon magnified by Jupiter and all in the 10th house, again, what comes out of you is exuberant. I would think that you have, besides the things that I said, you also have loads of energy. So your energy is like contagious. People just love to be around you. I have a video on Leo moons, which I really love because it's true. Leo moons love to make others feel good around them. Leo moons love to spread the joy, the pleasure, and it's this dignified thing. So I would say that you are probably a hard worker, achiever, really down to business, but also very, like you really like to leave a good impression, and you really like to be the fun loving soul, joy of life, Leo Jupiter person, but letting that come out in a very dignified, I don't know, I even my posture gets better when we're talking about this. I'm thinking of someone that just comes out, like with a big heart, but that just goes through that shield of Capricorn, Virgo, hard work, but you're just imposing respect. Like this chart just imposes respect. What you need to feel safe and acknowledged with Leo moon is to be acknowledged for what you're putting out there. And the problem is with Leo moons that sometimes they don't even let themselves, what I feel that might be the issue here is that you don't even let yourself acknowledge any pain or failure, or you just want to keep going, do things, keep moving, do things right, work hard, deliver results, make everyone proud, make everyone feel good, enjoy life, play, you know, like just doing everything, like, because Virgo also wants to keep things going and keep things in a good place, and then Leo also doesn't stop to cry or anything. So you just keep things, you keep a positive attitude, you keep hard work, you keep down to business, you achieve things, you do things, bam bam bam, you're, you know, like just so strong and just so out there in what you can achieve and deliver and impose as respect. And then yeah, it's a very dignified position of the moon as well, in the 10th house and in Leo, and with Jupiter there. Like, yeah, you're just very admirable and you love to be admired as well. I think that's your biggest. Okay, good. Let's then look at the South Node and the North Node. Then we'll understand a bit more. So I told you all this story, you know how strong you come across, you know how empowered, you know how hard you work to achieve things, how down to business. I'm even surprised that you got to an astrology channel. I was surprised until I looked at the Sun, the North Node and the South Node, because I would think like you're so busy and so on it and so productive and successful and all of this, that astrology wouldn't be the first thing on your mind. But then I looked at your South Node, which is in Pisces in the 4th house, and then your North Node is in Virgo in the 10th house. South Node is where we come from in this world, is what comes most natural to us, where we feel safe, where we feel good, where we feel nurtured, where we feel empowered naturally. And North Node is what we're striving towards, what we kind of need to achieve. And with you having the North Node in the 10th house and then having this focus on your 10th house, this kind of tells me that you're anyways very much in alignment with your North Node. So you're achieving what you need to be achieving here, and you're achieving it in a very Virgo mercurial way. I don't know, you could also be a writer or do something with writing or with words or with like that. That's something that, again, because you don't need to necessarily work in a corporation, that's something again that would fit very well. But what comes easiest for you and what you were born with before achieving all of this in life was 4th house, which is the Cancer house of home, parents, wherever feels safe for you, the closest people, like, you know, like that strong group of people that really nurtures you and gives you protection. And then Pisces, that's a bit mystical, so both water energies and both you, for you, the more mystical, homey part of life, you know, like that magic place, my home, my mystical magic place, the connection to your dear ones, the connection to your close ones, and all of this comes very natural. And also maybe this inclination towards astrology or something that has to do with there's more to life than this. There's more to life than just the practical life and just me achieving, you know, like I come from something that knows that there's more there. And that's your Pisces side. And yeah, so you're moving towards your goals of achieving things, but you're you have that understanding, or you have that power of translating things that are beyond the concrete, that come from that inner safe place, inner soul, inner everything that you know instinctively and you were born with, and maybe that you tend to use when you come in times of hard times where you need to you know, unpack the spirituality, take it out and say, okay, I just need to recharge myself at home and be with myself and find myself. Even I need to not be superwoman for a day. But yeah, it's a good play here because you're heading towards where you want to be heading, but sometimes you need to use those strengths that you have from yourself. And the last two planets that I have for you are Venus and Mars. Venus is what we magnetically attract to us, what we're attracted to, what we love in life and all of this. And Mars is what we put effort, how we put the effort out there, how we act, how we go after things. Venus is how we pull things to us. Mars is how we go after things. And you have your Venus in Libra in the 11th house. You, again, wonderful placement. Lovely networker, lovely with people, lovely with groups of people, charming. So again, charm, and it's in conjunction with Mercury as well. So very charming, very pleasant, very yeah, very much able to get out of groups of people or in an organization or with people or with friends, get anything you want out of them, because you know how to give and take and to be pleasant. And you know, for you the relationships with people are really important, and knowing how to deal with them is really important, and all of this. So yeah, again, this only magnifies the success that I'm telling you, because someone that can pull masses of people to them and be pleasant and liked for who they are, this only kind of adds on top of your personality. And then we have Mars in Cancer. This one is a bit more of a trickier one, because you have to think Mars likes to really go aggressively after stuff. And Cancer goes after stuff, but they say Mars is in detriment in Cancer because it goes after stuff, but Cancer is so emotional as well. It's like, I need to have this, you know, like, and it kind of loses itself. It's like you want to go with fire, but it ends up being steam in the end. So still a good placement, still a cardinal placement, I would say. And you have it in the 9th house. So you kind of have that thirst for knowledge as well. So you go for information, you go for developing yourself, you go for achieving more in life. I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what you could be from here. You could also be a spiritual leader or leading masses or a writer or you know, like someone that just leads a large group of people and provides knowledge to them, or you know, like it's hard to say from this chart, but definitely something in this area. And I would say with Cancer there, sometimes your actions can be a bit rushed, or you can be a bit you know, like too much emotion in the actions, or too passive aggressive at times, or too, you know, like sometimes it's easier for you to just pull things towards you and do the right thing, work and all of this. But if you want to, I don't know, if you are like, I deserve this, like I want to have this, that's not the way you do it. I think you probably attract more things to you than you go out there and aggressively ask for something. I think you attract things and you do things the right way, and this is how they come to you, because you just spread joy and spread respect and spread your influence, which is really strong from this chart. So yeah, I'm curious to know how you find the reading, and I'm curious to know what the feedback is. This was your Superpower reading. I will come back with more readings for the remaining winners of the contest. If you have any questions, if you want a reading as well, you can contact me at aries-moongirl.com or aries-moongirl@gmail.com. Yeah, and until next time, I'm Aries Moon Girl. I care about the stars, but most of all I care about you, and this is why I do these videos. Bye bye guys.